Welcome to the Sawblade 666 YouTube channel. I'm Daniel Sawblade.
I'm Cartoon Ryan.
And today we have a special guest with us, Abbie Stabby.
Hello.
All the way from the UK.
I'm back.
Yes.
What do we have here today, Abbie?
So this is something I actually picked up at the smaller Bedrock City Comics that we go to in Houston. It's something that I've been aware of for a couple years now, and this is like my first time actually getting to read a copy of it. But this is all new Henry and Glenn Comics and Stories. Originally it was Henry and Glenn Forever, then it was Henry and Glenn Forever and Ever, and basically the bare bones of it is Henry Rollins and Glenn Danzig are a gay couple.
Right.
And their neighbors are, I think, Hall and Oates.
Which I'm sure Mr. Glenn Danzig appreciates tremendously.
Yeah, I do think there's I'm going to say it was Rolling Stone or one of the big newspapers. He did make a comment about how he wasn't so keen on it. Henry Rollins seems to have a bit more of a better sense of humor about it, though.
I'll have to say real quick, and I can speak for Ryan as well. Growing up with these two and their music has been a big influence and part of our lives.
Shaped my adolescence.
And for sure, it was a soundtrack
same.
of our youth. And many others too.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I have my personal Glenn Danzig stories and opinions and everything.
I think everybody does.
Everybody does.
But showcasing this is really interesting because, first of all, it's great cartooning. I'm only familiar with it by the name and who's the artist again?
Tom Neely.
Tom Neely, yeah. And just discovered this publishing company, by the way.
Yeah, Microcosm.
This is a very nice release on this.
Yeah.
Really
It's really
smooth matte cover and
solid cover, and the paper's really.
the paper's almost newsprint like.
Yeah, it almost is.
But a sharp quality.
Yeah, I like it. I like
we'll
the
discuss
texture.
that too.
It's kind of a slightly rough texture, which I like.
Yeah.
Kind of that newsprint feel.
A little bit,
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
a tad.
But
Yeah.
I haven't read these, and I know it's new to Ryan.
Yeah, I've never.
I've
heard
only
of this.
heard of it, but I've never read it.
Yeah.
Tell us. Okay, so this is a self-contained issue here, right?
Yeah, so it's self-contained for now. I think it's a start of a new sort of mini series that they're doing in several parts. But yeah,
Tell us the gist of the plot.
Okay, so the gist of the plot of this one is the first few pages. Henry Rollins is having a nightmare. There's a parody of the ducks from.
Oh,
Louis
DuckTales.
Dewey.
Yeah, Louis Dewey and Huey.
Dewey, Louie.
They're
Yeah.
like little ghouls, I guess.
Yeah,
they have
Huey,
a little-
Gluey,
And
and
they have a
Bowie.
little
Have the
the
Misfits.
devil lock.
Yeah.
The devil lock and the Misfits.
And basically, he wakes up and Henry Rollins is wanting to get a new cat because he misses his old one. So they go to the animal shelter. Oh, and here's like a parody appearance of Totally Not Rick Rubin. So they go to the animal shelter, and some woman there guilt trips them into buying a Sphinx that only likes Henry Rollins and it hates Glenn.
That's hilarious.
And it's just, and subtle reference here that I had to absolutely throw in here. They even throw in the infamous Danzig pile of bricks in his front yard
That's
as
funny.
part of the set, which I think
That's
is
so
just,
funny.
yeah, it's
funny.
pretty,
That's awesome.
it's pretty iconic. Yeah, then there's the montage splash page here, which I think is very nicely put together. They even reference another one of the covers of the older issues there, but with the...
So Danzig, I guess, is getting a little jealous of the cat.
Yeah. And then Henry has to go away and film a movie, so Danzig has to look after the cat. Hijinks completely ensue. There's a nice artistic double page
Yeah, I like
spread
that one.
Which-
in the
which-
middle here.
Which talk about like what this is a parody of.
So this is a parody of this is again a parody of DuckTales.
Oh,
It
yeah,
says
sure.
bonus pinup centerfold. I Want Your Skulls, painting by Tom Neely after Carl Barks.
Yeah, it's Carl Barks' parody for sure. Yeah,
And it's really nice. It's nice seeing the spread of like his color work as opposed to his more flat colored style in the comic here. He does it all like traditionally as well when he inks it. Like he's put a bunch of the recent comic pages up for sale on his website.
Oh, nice.
And he does them like the same sort of size that you're drawing your comic at the moment too, which
the
is pretty
standard
cool.
just the standard 11 by 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, excellent cartooning here from.
I agree. That's what I was about to say. This is kind of my speed. If I ever get around to making comics, this is pretty much how they would look.
Yeah. I just
kinda
say
art.
it's similar for me.
Speaking of which, let's talk on style. And we were just
Yeah.
talking about this. It's a cross between Little Lulu
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. It's got those Harvey Tune vibes.
Uncle
to it.
Stooge,
Uncle Scrooge. Yeah.
Uncle Stooge, Scrooge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's really fluid, good storytelling.
I like the nods to everything. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
front covers, Lucy's psychiatry, psychiatrist.
And that's the cool thing. A lot of the covers are like from different guest artists, and they parody famous other covers. Like there's one done in the style of Tom of Finland, which was done by, I believe, Jim Rugg. There's a Rob Liefeld parody
The
cover.
Jim Rugg one is excellent.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
He nailed that look.
Yeah,
really funny.
absolutely. And like they even parody the original comic cover that Glenn Danzig famously got his skull design
The
from.
Christ Star.
Yeah, the Christ Star one. So that's I like it when stuff like this. It's a fan work first and foremost, but they pay attention to the smaller details and references that fans would appreciate.
Yeah.
Sure.
But me and Daniel were watching a video interview with the author by the actual publishing company who do this. And they talk about how when they released it, it was kind of just done as a joke amongst friends kind of thing. And then trying to market it both between like the punk and metal community, and then likewise, because of the kind of subject matter, the situational comedy of it, like they also tried marketing it at a Pride event. And they actually had a few like queer punks say to them like, oh, this actually taps into something for me, because they were both like the kind of men they were into back in the day.
What I think it's interesting is the way he set this up is that it's morphing into just these characters versus just only being
a parody of them.
Parody of them.
Yeah, it's pretty self-contained.
Or direct reference.
Yeah.
Which is what he...
They become their own thing. It's just Danzig and Rollins happen to be these characters. That's all it is.
Right.
They basically just, there's no semblance of reality.
Yeah, and you can see here, here's the neighbours hauling oats, helping him look for the cat that's gone missing. And there's a lot of there's even like a RuPaul reference in here, and John Waters. There's a lot of different levels to it. I really want to read the rest of them now, because I've read this without like ever reading any of the other ones, and the fact that I can just pick this up by itself and really enjoy it, it's a testament to his ability to do good storytelling.
So the whole story is that he's jealous of these cats that...
This one cat. That's just like this. That's just this issue apparently.
Okay.
And one of my favorite parts of this whole comic is like the back couple of pages. It's an anecdote by the author Tom Neely about the time he was on a long haul flight, and he literally ended up accidentally sat next to London May from Samhain.
Oh
Yeah.
And when he realizes who he is, he just sits there with his head in his hands for a good few minutes, like, oh, this comic is so offensive to gay people. He's like, no, that's the point.
Yes.
That's the point. It's like, it's about masculinity. It's about,
these are like big muscular dudes.
Exactly.
But they're they're
and
gay.
it's like an odd couple kind of comedy stint to it. But a lot of the other artists, as we've later found out by researching it a little bit, a lot of the guest artists they get in are sort of predominantly queer cartoonists. So it does add that kind of like tint to it, like a better insight into the community and stuff. But he basically ends up on this long haul flight sat next to him, and they have a long conversation, and they sort of kind of agree to disagree. They can appreciate each other's points and all that sort of thing. And another cool thing we discovered as well, like he does toy line, like very small independent toy line releases of
They're
Henry
excellent.
and Glenn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're
And,
on the site. They're
know if
on
I
the
can,
website.
I can zoom in on it.
We can hold it up a little, but it's full on like He-Man parody, and the illustration for the back is really good.
One
Really
detail
funny.
I pointed out earlier: the Danzig skull and the Castle skull is
that's
brilliant.
That's so great. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Crimson Ghost.
And you can see the Henry and Glenn
Henry.
figures still on Tom Neely's website, so that's definitely worth checking out. And like they have these really excellently designed Astro Boy parody Glenn and
That's
Henry
great.
figures, which oh man, if I was more of a toy collector, I would totally be going for it. Oh, and again, like that's the back cover reference.
Hilarious.
Very
And
funny.
It's the fact that they even include all the
Their
tattoos. That's a
tattoos
really
and
nice
right.
little attention to detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so big recommend. Absolutely. I'm going to try and pick up the sort of concise editions with all of them.
I really dig the art too.
Yeah.
That's really inspirational for me.
Yeah.
Big shout out there to was it
Microcosm? Yeah.
Excellent work. That's an excellent presentation on a book.
Good production on it.
And they have a YouTube channel as well, which we discovered the other day.
We'll have to tag them in the
definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll tag them in the
One
post.
thing I wanted to point out on this paper, and if I were to ever talk to them or meet them, I'd ask them about, because
this
it's an
material.
interesting stock of paper.
It's a little thicker than newsprint.
A little thicker than newsprint, but has similar properties, and that it feels a little bit like it. But the print on it, although the colors are, they're very matte and dull, they're still sharp. And it's solid,
I like about it. Yeah, it's very solid and it flows perfectly, but there's no gloss of any
It's
kind.
really nice. It's just really, really nice.
It's a good throwback feel to it.
Oh, definitely.
Also, I wanted to point out a panel in here that I really liked. If I can find it, maybe Abbie can help me. It's the one with the freeway. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the freeway scene.
I love the nods to Carl Barks a lot.
Yeah. If that isn't Houston,
I know.
Man, the density,
it's crazy.
That
LA
looks so
and
cool.
Houston, yeah.
That nails that nails it.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it's Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, roads are very different in the UK. So being on the roadways in Houston when we kind of kept going around the wrong corner, getting to that Wasp gig the other week, that was interesting.
Yeah. Part of that was my driving, but.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, it's I love it. Like I said, I love the nods to Carl Barks,
Little Lulu,
Lulu, Peanuts, all this stuff.
Yeah, it's
without Carl Barks, there's no DuckTales. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Exactly.
It's really cool. I love it. I love it.
So I'm going to keep an eye out for the next ones that are coming out. And
that's a good sign.
So, everyone out there, check out Henry and Glenn and anything else by Microcosm.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a
new one to us.
I hadn't heard of Microcosm
either.
But they look awesome. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for sharing this with us, Abbie.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Check out our other videos. Tell your buddies about it.
Yeah.
Feel free to come say hello over on
Thursday
Twitch.
night.
Yeah.
Also, catch Abbie on Twitch. Well, I guess when you get back
when I get back to the UK, I've got a little while yet.
Do you want to tell them what to look up on that?
If you go Abbie Stabby Art on Twitch, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays usually. It's 1 p.m. UK time, which works out at about 7 in the morning here.
Depending on what
time zone it is, But find me there. Find me on Instagram, Abbie Stabby, all that goodness. Buy a silly drawing. There's lots of cat pictures.
It's
all
always
that goodness.
open for commissions. So
always.
Yep. And hang out with us Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central for our live streams. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.